Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope everybody's doing well. Today we have the Jaguar, and we will be replacing the starter on it. So I snapped off the positive stud that goes in the solenoid here, and I went ahead and got another starter from the scrapyard. Now it's pretty simple. There's only two bolts holding the starter down, 1 and 2, and then there's I believe a negative ground here that connects it to the cable, and then the positive from the battery terminal goes here. So I'm going to show you how to replace this. You want to make sure you just get a clear view here. If you want, you can take off the coolant lines, that way it's easier for you, but I can work around with the tubes being here. But if you prefer taking out the tubes, that way you have more room to work on it. So I'm going to put the starter, just slide it in there, and it's pretty straightforward. You just install the starter, and it's a 13mm bolt holding the starters down. One on the left side here, and then the one at the back, you can feel the bolt with your hand. You don't have to see it. Just put a 13 on a flexi with an extension, or I would like to call them wigglies, and you can get access to the bolt, and then just bolt it down and it should be good. So we're gonna get a 13 here, and then just access the bolt from up. You're gonna need 2 extensions to reach it since it's deep down. Connect 2 extensions together. As you guys can see there, right here, the bolt is going down. It's really straightforward, nothing hard about it. So that's the angle for the bolt at the right side. Once you put in the 2 13mm bolts, next thing to do is install this cable here. That goes up like that, and then you put the cable coming from the positive terminal of the battery to the positive stud on the solenoid on the starter. It's a 13mm nut as well. Make sure you don't over tighten this nut because it'll snap off the stud. So just go until it's snug. You don't want to break it off like how I did with my old starter. And there's another wire here at the back that goes on the terminal as well, and that's held by a 10mm nut. You can cover this guy here, cover the starter so nothing shorts it. All right. Again, there's only 2 bolts holding the starter down. Once you take out the 2 bolts, disconnect the 2 nuts at the back, disconnect the cables, and plug it out. Now for the automatic transmission, It's slightly different because there is a frame that connects the, I believe, the transmission to the transmission mount. There's a bar like that, and that's held by two 13mm bolts over here, and then one 13mm bolt at the very inside towards the transmission. You can take those three off, the plate will come off, and then you can pull the starter, same thing. The only difference between the manual transmission and the automatic one is the manual does not have that bar, whereas the automatic transmission has a bar that connects either the engine or the transmission to the mount here, and I think that's just for extra support. So disconnect that, and then you'll have the exact same thing, two bolts, and the thing will pop off. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section below, and I'll try to respond to it as much as I can. And thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber by now, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.